Good morning, buongiorno, bonsoir. Welcome to Life's Questions and Lessons. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited and grateful that you are here with me today. This podcast is unedited because life is unedited. So if I mess up in my words, if I make any mistake, good. It shows you that I'm human, just like you. As always, we'll get started with a question and whatever activity you engage in to explore your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, please feel free to do. So today's first question is this the spinach or the fruit? Is this the spinach or the fruit? So if you've never heard this analogy and you looked at that question and was like, this girl has lost her mind. I'm not saying I haven't lost my mind, but I will explain to you where the question comes from. So there's an analogy that I've heard of a few different places, but it's basically this thought of a smoothie, right? We usually, those of us that understand even just the basics of nutrition, know that spinach has more nutrients than fruit. And if you did not know that, I am happy to tell you that. But yes, spinach is a much more nutrient-dense item than a banana or strawberries or some of the other ingredients that you would put into a smoothie on, the fruit side. So the analogy comes from getting someone who doesn't want necessarily the nourishment or maybe the taste of spinach. And instead of, having to go through the turmoil of eating something like spinach, you put the spinach into a smoothie. So when you put all of us have hopefully had a smoothie before. And when you put spinach, you can put 2 cups of spinach in a smoothie. And usually, if you do it right, it only tastes like fruit. But you have the nourishment and the nutrients from all of the ingredients. So this particular question came to my mind this morning as I'm on this journey with you and you all are on this journey with me, starting this business. So I am creating a business, a program, if you will, for women entrepreneurs, so part-time entrepreneurs who are creating speaking, writing, or coaching businesses. And so I'm on that path of creation and doing the research and thinking about all the things. And one thing that I am working on right now is finding someone to market the podcast. And in order for me to do that correctly, to hand that off, to say, here's this product, please go market the podcast, I need to have done some of my own homework. So if you're in a situation, especially if you're a woman who is also a partrepreneur, you have a full-time job and you are building a coaching or speaking business or writing business on the side, this absolutely pertains to you. And also, if you are someone who is listening to the podcast and you are employed and you have absolutely no desire to start anything on the side, I am mad at you because, yes, it does take time. But this is also something that is very important to think about. As we market whatever we have to market, whether we're marketing ourselves, whether we're marketing a new product or service that we are going to place into the world, some of that has to be handed off to an expert. So I can give you a perfect example for myself. I actually work in marketing and I am very well versed in the foundations of marketing, specifically who you're talking to, all the research that you have to, really goes into who you're talking to, who you're helping, what your product does, what's in it for the customer. Like I know all those things, but I don't want to do that for myself. I've never wanted to do that for myself. So anyways, that's where the question was coming from. And as I thought about what I'm selling, if you haven't listened to that podcast episode, please feel free to go back and listen to what do I sell. But as I'm going through these steps and these processes, I'm realizing that at the end of the day, what I'm actually selling is perspective. But perspective is the spinach. So I'm going through and trying to figure out, okay, what's the fruit? Perspective is the nourishment, right? Perspective is what changes your life. Asking the right questions, exploring your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, right? Doing the work, doing the inner work that really transforms our lives. That's the spinach. I'm just going to be real. That's the spinach. But the fruit, right? The thing that makes us go, okay, this tastes delicious, right? This is sweet. This is something that I'm excited to be a part of. That's the part where I'm, exploring. So as you think about this in your own life, I'm sure there is something in this season or something specifically that is happening for you today where maybe it's an idea that you're trying to get your team or your partner or your friends or this concept or something you're working on, and it's not being received as well as you feel like it should be received. It might be the spinach. And as healthy adjacent, I live a very healthy adjacent lifestyle. We'll talk about that another day. But I eat a whole lot of spinach. I eat kale every day. I eat mainly, low carb vegetables and lean protein every day. But spinach is still spinach. You got to do something to spice it up. You got to add something. So definitely explore this in wherever way works best for you, and really think about what is the spinach and why? Why is that particular part of this idea or this new concept or this product? Why is that the spinach? And how can I sweeten the deal, right? What is it that I need to do to provide that sweetness so that it goes down effortlessly? So I hope you got all those analogies. If you're listening to the podcast, you're sharp. You get it. But definitely give yourself some time with this and explore the questions that come up for you in curiosity, not judgment. Thank you so much again for listening. It's really, really an honor to even be able to have this platform to, explore these topics with you, explore these questions with you. So if this was helpful for you, please share this and rate, review, anywhere you're listening, whatever platform you are listening to my words on. And until next time, take care.